Let's bring in House Majority Whip Tom Emmer. He's from Minnesota. Congressman, difficult times for some in the Republican Party. Do you think your membership is going to have trouble selling the accomplishments of the Trump administration so far?
Great to be with you, John. And no, I don't. This Republican trifecta with President Trump's leadership has accomplished more in 6 months than Democrats and the left accomplished in 4 years preceding. Once Republicans start talking about what's in the bill, and once people actually start understanding what the bill says as opposed to what people want you to think it says, John, it doesn't matter what the topic is. It's extremely popular, whether it's the $4.5 trillion in tax increases we avoided, whether it's redoing the air traffic control system in this country, whether it's work requirements for able-bodied, working-aged adults without children. All of these are immensely popular with Republicans, Democrats, and others. And again, as long as we continue to talk about what's in the bill and people get to see it, it'll be very good.
It's got to be tough for your members to go to some of these meetings and, well, for instance, in Brian Stiles' case, get booed at the meetings. Is that the actual feeling of his constituents, do you think, or are these sort of interlopers who've been planted in the crowd?
There's a lot of these ground protests that, I had one in my own district last week when I was there. And at 5 o'clock, it was like they all punched out, John, like they were done. They show up with a bunch of professionally made signs. They complain. I'll tell you, I'm hearing from my constituents, and they are thrilled with what Donald J. Trump and the Republicans have accomplished in just 6 months. There is a win for every single American in this bill, and it will be immensely popular by the time we get to the midterms, John.
Well, speaking of midterms, generally the party that holds the White House loses congressional seats in the midterm elections. That's part of the reason that President Trump has urged Texas to redistrict, hoping to pick up as many as 5 Republican seats in that state. Now, in California, Gavin Newsom says he's going to respond. He wants to do some redistricting there, even though when he was mayor of San Francisco, he was in favor of a nonpartisan body drawing the district lines. Is there a danger that in redistricting Texas, that Republicans could lose seats in some other states?
Well, I'll leave that to Governor Abbott and Texans to determine what they want to do, John, which is their right. But if you talk about the midterms and you talk about history, you're forgetting that it's Donald J. Trump who has changed all the rules. And in this case, unlike 2018 in his first midterm, where Republicans in the House were defending about 23 of our members that were in seats that Hillary Clinton had won in the 2016 election, guess what, John? We only have 3 in districts that Kamala won. Democrats, by contrast, have 13 of their members in seats that Donald J. Trump won. And there's another less so. There's 21, I think, that won by less than 5 points. So Donald Trump has moved the needle with traditional Democrat voters. Those voters are available to vote for Republicans in the midterms. And that's why I think you're going to see, I know you're going to see the Republicans hold the majority in the House come 2026.
Yeah, so you are optimistic, in short.
I'm more than optimistic. I'm bullish. We're going to absolutely hold the majority. The question is by how much, John?
All right. Well, obviously, if you have a Democrat House, Democrat-controlled House after the midterm elections, that stifles just about anything that President Trump would want to get done, right?
Well, again, John, you're assuming that Americans are interested in voting for a party that doesn't have a leader and doesn't have a message. What Donald J. Trump has done in 6 months, again, is more than some of these Democrats have done in a career. The American public that showed up, 77 million people that voted for Donald J. Trump, this is exactly why they voted for him, and that's why they're going to reward the Republicans in the midterms.
You're in the House, not the Senate, but the Senate is trying to get some of President Trump's nominees confirmed today. That's in a rare Saturday session. Democrats, they'll want to slow down the process. Your thoughts on that?
It's unprecedented. They want to make it sound like this is both sides. Do you realize that Donald J. Trump is the first and only president that has never had one of his nominees done either by voice vote or unanimous consent? I commend John Thune and his Republican conference in the Senate for sticking to it. The American people want this stuff to get done. They're sick and tired of Chuck Schumer's childish games. This is not what they voted for, and this is another reason why we're going to be successful in the midterms, John.
All right. So as President Trump juggles all of these issues that, you say that he has handled a lot more than the previous administration did, there's this criticism of the most recent jobs numbers. What do you think about the employment situation in this country? Is it going to continue to remain soft, or is it going to come roaring back?
I think it's already starting to come roaring back. One of the biggest things that we did in that bill was we set permanent tax policy, with the exception of no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security, and an increase in the child tax credit, John. All we did was make permanent the tax policy of the last 7 years, and there's a lot of capital that was sitting on the sidelines waiting to see how it was going to get treated come January of 2026. Now that has been settled. You watch that capital get deployed on new projects and new opportunities for all Americans. All
right. We'll take all right. I was going to show the map of the Texas redistricting plans, but all right, I guess we have it. We're going to put it up there. The districts in Texas that could be redrawn, which would give as many as 5 seats, a Republican advantage in that state. Congressman Tom Emmer, it's always good to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you, John.